KN Friday briefing. As you can see, we're now on the couch, very relaxed. How do you feel?
Comfortable.
You've been watching me. Do you think you can perform better or?
No, I cannot perform better than you in the news, but I can perform better than you on the podium.
Okay, that's for sure.
Yes,
I know you are fiery, and I've seen you preach, and I cannot do anything close to that. I can see you have something here.
Yes. This is for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Should I? Okay, let me just come here.
All right.
You need. Oh wow! So it's the whole Nigerian. What do you call it?
This is called gele.
Gele.
This is called gele. This is called ashoke. All right.
Oh, gele, ashoke.
Ashoke. But all of them serve the same purpose of giving value to our dress code.
Oh really? You look lovely.
If I remove this,
yes,
I will not be very much complete with this. This adds value to what I'm wearing. This makes us so African.
I see that.
There is nowhere like Africa.
Oh, definitely.
African woman is the best anytime, any day.
Anywhere.
So this is for you.
All right.
Even though what you're wearing
is very
does not go very well. This is English. This is Western. This is African. But we can call them Africa Westernized.
African Westernized.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, I like it.
Now. You will see how beautiful, how pretty, how elegant you will look on this.
Whoa, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just stand a bit.
Okay, let me stand.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
You have changed.
I have been.
You are looking pretty.
So this means the value of my dressing. So Western
it's upgraded, but there is no rule, there is no principle. You can walk around like this.
Okay.
It becomes fashion because fashion is to whoever wants what you call it.
There we go.
So when you come out like this, I tell you, people will begin to combine the African scarf, the gele, with English. But ordinarily in Nigeria, we would prefer to put on this
with
an African
traditional.
Attire. Yes.
I like it. Thank you so much. I think you'll have to leave this one for me.
All right.
Have a seat. Now, Pastor, you know what? When I said you're coming, you know, there's so many ladies who are like, you know what? Finally, you brought someone who's going to tell us something about why we are single and, you know, where are the men? And even before,
where are the men?
No, let me tell you something actually. You know what? I want you to tell us what is it about Nigerian men? Because it seems like, you know, very many Kenyan women are starting to prefer. Is it something that they're doing right? I don't know. Well,
Betty, I may not be able to give you a definite answer to that.
Yeah.
Because I've not tried a Kenyan man.
Of course.
For the past almost 22 years now.
Yeah.
I've been married to one Nigerian man. And so me to talk about a Kenyan man as a husband may be out of place.
Yes.
But if you're saying that Kenyan women are preferring Nigerian men, I think we may need to do some sampling and get a Kenyan woman that is married to a Nigerian man and see what she saw in him that made her to leave all the men in Kenya.
All of them.
Just to go with a Nigerian man. I think it will be a good show.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We should embark on that project.
Oh yeah, but I cannot tell you that Nigerian men are better than Kenyan men.
All right.
Every culture has their own ways and they have the way they value relationship.
But do you also support what women, single women especially, are saying? I'm telling you, you know what, Pastor? You call a conference of all the single women in Kenya.
Yes.
Okay, you'll fill all the stadiums, all the places, I mean.
Yes.
So is it that there are no good men out there? Why are we having single women who are not happy, frustrated, and all these things?
Well, I will again say some of these things need disciplined inquiry, which is research, for us to have a conclusive statement. But I know that a few weeks ago or a few days ago, I think it should be a few days ago or a week or thereabout, I read in the newspaper, they were asking, there was a caption, where are the women, where are the wives? But the men answered and said, There are many women in Kenya, but there are no wives.
Oh, really?
That's what the newspaper said.
What does that mean? Yeah, what does that
this
mean?
Month. All right, when I read it, it caught my attention because I minister to women a lot.
Yes.
I live for them actually.
Yes.
I understand their language. I know how they feel. And I looked again critically at this newspaper caption. Men saying there are several women in Kenya, but there are no wives. So I took a deep thought towards that. But I know it may be actually a wrong generalization. Because I know in my church, we have beautiful women, well-cultured, well-tailored, well-designed, well-mannered. And in our women meeting, which is called the Gathering of Stars and Queens, we have very beautiful women, both inside and outside. So I am thinking that possibly one of the problems of our men is maybe they are waiting to get economically comfortable for them to go to get a wife. Because perhaps women are looking for men who have arrived. When we married, we did not marry men who have arrived. We married men that were on their way. Then we met them on the way. And together we are going to the arrival at the final destination. But I think there's a lot of push and pull factor in our time whereby women are actually looking for already made men, perhaps. And men are struggling to make it before they bring in women into their homes. And so the whole scenario perhaps is creating a crisis, so to say, in terms of settling down.
But let me ask, so if you have men on one end, trying and struggling, to get there, to the place where now they can comfortably have, a wife. And on the other hand, you have women who are apparently not wives, which maybe the men are looking in the wrong places. Maybe they're not looking in the right places.
I think men need to go further, to take that statement further. Even though I didn't read all the details in the newspaper, I only read the heading that men are looking for wives, not women, okay? We may need to read further to understand what they mean by wives and the difference of course I know the difference between wives and women.
What is it? Maybe, okay, you know what, there's so much to talk about, but I want to know, what is the difference between wives and women?
Now, a man is not marrying a career. An average man does not just want to bring in a woman in the house because you have certificate. A man is looking for a companion. Don't forget that after God created man, he looked at a man and said, this man, even though there are zebras, lions, tortoise, crocodiles, giraffes, cheetahs, but none of them could adequately provide companionship or love for a man. And the Almighty God who created man said, man, it's not good for you to be alone. I'm going to give you a helpmeet for your needs. Someone that will meet your needs. Therefore, Betty, in every man, there is a particular need in every man. Every man has a need, on average, one need in his life. And so men are looking for women to fill in that need. The only place we have problem is that sometimes the men that are looking for women to fill in the gap, also they need to pay some also due respect to the women that they are looking for, because marriage is about mutual relationship, mutual benefit, give and take. It cannot be one-sided.
It can't be one-sided.
So as the men are looking for wives, the women are looking for husbands, and they are not looking for men. They are looking for husbands.
Pastor, could you give us like a breakdown of the, a wife material, a husband material, so if someone is watching at home, they can correct maybe something that they're doing or not doing?
All right. Now, if you ask me, let me first begin by telling you the kind of a man I was looking for when I was to get married.
Tell us.
When I was to get married, in my own world, in my own limited understanding of marriage as a single lady, I was looking for this man that is educated, but with the gift of playing guitar.
Oh, really?
I needed desperately a man that knows how to play guitar.
Why
I will explain.
Okay.
In my life, in those years, I thought that marriage was all full of fun. Marriage is just about a man carrying you on the laps and calling you all kinds of names. So I was looking for a man that knows how to play guitar, so that when I'm coming back from work, the man will be seated by the swimming pool. And the birds of the air will be singing, singing. Then when the man sees me coming, so here comes the queen. Then he will carry me. You know those things we see in movies.
I know.
He will carry me up, lift me up, then put the guitar and compose a song for me. And we'll be singing with my name like Jim Reeves. You know, that was what I was looking for, honestly, with every sincerity of heart. When the reality was done on me, I remember after I met my husband and we've started courting.
Was he playing the guitar?
My husband does not know where the strings of guitar is, but he's a terrific worshiper. But he doesn't compose with my name; he composes with God's name.
Amen to that.
In between, he can put "Thank you for giving me a wife," but he's still talking to God about God.
Yeah.
But when we met and we started courting, and eventually we married, I came to realize that marriage is bigger than what people think it is. I remember those times in courtship. We would always want to sit together. We talk the whole day. We want to meet halfway on the road.
Yes.
Then when we got married, I realized that we didn't have such time again.
Yes.
So one day I asked my husband, oh my God, when we were cutting, you will always look for me. You will call me. You don't want us to part.
Yes.
When I'm going, it's like the world is going. Now, to even find time for us to talk is a problem. You know what my husband told me? He said, my friend, we have to pay rent. There is rent waiting for me. Food.
School fees.
And all those things. So, there is time for everything. There is time to talk.
Yes.
But, my friend, we need to go and work. That was when I realized that marriage is a responsibility.
Okay. It's not fun anyway. It's not all fun.
It is fun
not all
in its own way.
Yes.
But it is primarily a responsibility. And so, for people to look out for who they ought to marry, you need to come into that relationship with the ideology that as a man, getting this woman, I am getting someone that is a companion, that I'm actually signing up for a responsibility. The same thing, the woman is signing up for a responsibility to be obedient to someone. And here you have been running your life over the years.
I know.
You go out when you want to go out. You come in when you want to come out. You eat when you want to eat. These days, no. You are going out, you are asked, where are you going? You are back, you are asked, what this is the time you are coming in. Someone is telling you, I need to eat chicken today. You want beef, he wants chicken. It's a responsibility. But when we understand it from biblical perspective, we don't do it with struggle. We do it with joy.
With joy. Yes. I like that. All right, so we'll get back into this conversation, and you'll tell us, the perfect or the, the good wife.
There is no perfect wife.
Okay, good.
There is no perfect husband, and there is no perfect marriage.
Okay.
Anyone that tells you my marriage is perfect,
they're lying.
They are just fooling themselves.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Pastor, we'll get back to this very interesting conversation, but for now, there's something we want you to, talk to us about. We want you to introduce an intro. Like as a guest anchor.
Yes.
And, all right, so let's use this camera too, and then, we'll continue with the discussion.
All right. I go on?
Yes, just read what
all
is
right.
on camera
now,
2. Yeah.
Do you know what Kenyans have been Googling this month on the internet? This might surprise you, but the top trending searches on Google in October in the how in category where, how to kiss and how to pray. Betty will now expound on just what Kenyans have been doing on their computers and on their smartphones.
All right. Okay, so let me explain. So as you can see on your screen is, some graphics, Pastor. And this is very interesting, and it's good that you're here to explain. So these are the top trends that Kenyans have been Googling, or, searching on Google. All right, so number one, as you can see, is how to kiss. What can you say about that? How to kiss? We're coming to number 2 because I know that's now your forte.
Yeah.
But, I hope it's between a man and a wife. I'm sure that's what you'd want to say.
Yeah. Well, if Kenyans are Googling to know how to kiss, it tells you there is an emotional movement in the nation.
Yes.
We need to determine the age bracket of people that are practicing this. Because I want to believe that as I am married now, I don't need to Google to know how to kiss. I know how to kiss. So it shows there is a problem somewhere. Also about values. Our people are inquisitive.
Yes.
They are out there searching for something. So there must be some emotional issues or movement, if I may call it, going on in the nation where people are learning how to kiss.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think there is an issue somewhere.
All right. Just to remind our viewers, what you're seeing on your screens are some graphics just showing the latest trends, over the last month on the top searched, issues that Kenyans have been searching on Google. So how to kiss, then how to pray. I mean, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's how to pray. If we can just go back to that for a short recap onto the previous screen. I mean, there's how to kiss, how to pray. I had seen how to dance. Right now I'm seeing on my screen how to massage, how to twerk. What can you say about twerking, Pastor? It should be, I don't know, a bit disturbing that Kenyans are trying to look for that.
Well, like I said, there is a problem somewhere. When you look at how these things are lined up, how to twerk, how to love, is the next one following.
Yes.
It tells you that there is a moral trend that is coming up.
Okay.
Which is also very good that we are watching it.
Okay.
Because for us pastors, it informs us of our audience in the church.
Yes.
Because these people in the Google are the people who come to church on Sunday.
Yes.
So it keeps us alert to be able to know how to follow up and how to address matters to make ourselves relevant to the society.
All right.
Yes.
Fine. So we'll be getting back to this conversation with Pastor, but we'll take a short commercial break and make time for some business news. Stay tuned.